Clock tied in. Just a minute. Let's see if we can change that. No, I can't do anything about it.
You have to upload it to the folder to the videos folder on graphics tab.
Yeah. But we're actually positioned over the top of the timer, and that's You'll see a green bit in a few seconds. And when it goes green, I shall read it. Right. I was actually commissioned to make that. Hello, Marco.
Hello, Stephen. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. That intro, I was actually asked to create it. Somebody in the Believers group broadcasts in Qatar, and he wanted a Qatar background, and that's Doha in Qatar. And he also I picked out some music to go with it, so it's got Qatar music and a Qatar video, and hopefully he will be broadcasting on Saturday using it. I've tried to tell him how to use YouTube to do the videos, but we shall see. How are you? ¿Qué tal?
Well, it's very hot here in South Europe. It's time for this kind of weather. That's what we get on summer, but I don't get used to it. But that's the point.
Yeah, I mean, it's good that summer's arrived, though. It does make a difference to be able to go out and about. And because the weather's improved, I'm actually going to take next week off, and I won't be broadcasting next week at all, anywhere. We need to take a break sometime. And
you're a little bit frozen.
Sorry?
You froze a little bit while you're talking.
Okay, let me close things down then. I'm going to close.
Okay, I think it's better.
Close all the tabs, apart from that one. Yeah, okay. How's that?
Okay, now it's better.
Right, okay, I closed everything down. We're live on Twitch again.
Well, it froze again.
Right, okay. I can't tell without actually looking. Let me go to my phone and go to Facebook and go to my page, and I should theoretically, yeah, we're live.
Okay.
And
perfect.
I'm going to refresh.
Okay, let's see what happens.
Oh, good.
Okay, I remain here. In the air tonight.
I'm back.
Okay, here we are.
Here we are. That's the first thing to notice, that if I get kicked off, you get kicked off too.
Yeah, I can tell that. And the show's end.
The show is ended.
Yeah.
Okay, shall we go live again?
Of course.
Okay. We are testing, and we're testing Restream, and we're going to have the occasional problem. We know that. This is a beta, isn't it, Marco?
Yeah, it froze a little bit again.
Again?
How is your internet speed?
My internet speed's good. And you, right, I'm still here. Right, okay, we've got gremlins. And we're just checking things out. This is live, but it's live from Restream. And I can see that I'm actually live without Marco. But I can see Marco, so let's bring in Marco.
Hello!
Again, how many times we're going to do this? Yeah, I'll just check. We are live and I am moving. Mm-hmm. So that's good. That's good.
Yeah, I think now it's okay.
Fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
Right. As Marco and I sort of keep in touch during the course of the week, and one of the things that Marco mentioned to me is that we can now upload a video, and the upload's pretty quick, and we can bring it on screen and play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Except I've got 54 of these, Marco, just to be able to fill the hour. When we're not on screen, we'll just play one of these. But we are beta testing, want to make sure how smooth this runs. It uploaded so quickly, so they've got the upload technology is brilliant. Okay, and now you notice it starts again. Right, okay, and we're joined by Harper. Harper, we're just playing a video and then we're good to go. This is part 2. Okay, so I'm going to take the video off now. Okay, and I meant off. Okay, and say hello to Harper. Hello.
I was just taking a roller coaster ride while I was waiting in the next
It's mesmerizing. It just draws you in, and you're actually off the coaster.
I was just waiting for that dip, and I was
totally. Now again, we're beta testing again, and it's frozen on us once, so this is take 2. We've discovered that if I get kicked off, then the show stops, and we've got to start again because it actually stops broadcasting. And that we can have a video uploaded, bring that in, and can actually play it. And that's the major change from last week, Marco. Is that correct?
Yeah, you can use it in 2 different ways, which is you can use it as a media source to the show. For instance, you made a documentary. It's the right word. No. Hello?
I'm still here, I'm thinking.
If you make some recordings about your vacations, for instance, and you want to show to people while you made a training and you want to show some parts of this, you can bring it to the screen. And you
documentary?
Documentary, yes. And you can show it while you're in the big picture, and then you can be there. I'm gonna squeeze you both
down here where we are.
Yeah, you can be there. But for me, there's one about this. I think they should add 2 features. One, it's volume control and the play pause.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because, for instance, if let's talk about this situation, blah 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 blah, and you can also, because Restream has 4 different tabs. One is chat, the other one is captions, another one is graphics, and the last one is settings. When you put the title, description, and choose which networks you use. On the graphics tab, you have a folder where you can now upload videos. And those videos you upload there and bring to the screen won't allow you to put another thing on the screen. I mean, for instance, I was talking like right now, and we have this tiny thumbnails here. If you hit a video which is on the graphics, on the video folder, everything else will disappear from the screen. Okay,
Right.
For me, it's good to put a countdown, to put an intro video, an outro video. For instance, if you want to make a split in your shows, it's also or commercials. If you want to bring a commercial to your show, it's also a nice way to use it. I think for me, it's amazing how fast Restream is moving. They are really fast improving and bringing new features. For instance, I think from the last show we made last week till now, they brought 4 new things.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow.
This what I mentioned the videos like media source and like a layer. They made the guest link the same every time.
Okay. Yeah.
And the recording session where you can download. And there's another thing which is different from the other tools we used to use, because most of them record the video and the audios, 2 different files, which is good. But here on Restream, you can watch the video. You have a player where where you have 3 buttons, one to download the audio, another one to download the video, and another one to watch the show.
So they're actually, because they're storing it on site, they're allowing you to actually play it. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. We've actually got some comments. So shall we just show a couple of comments because we've got them? Say hello to Roland.
Hello, Roland.
Roland, hello.
And Roland is on Periscope. And he got dizzy on the roller coaster along with all of us.
I was on the same roller coaster, man. I was up front.
And
howdy, Alfredo.
Alfredo, how are you?
Brilliant. And Twitch. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch Twitch off. I don't think we've had a useful comment off Twitch yet. So
well.
Right. And Corinda. Hello, Corinda.
Oh, Corinda is also live.
We're in competition.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an audience struggle here with Corinda.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to give up on. I'm not going to Twitch anymore. I keep saying it, but I keep trying it. It keeps drawing me back. I think I'm.
I don't even know what Twitch is.
All right. Okay. That's fair.
But I'm American. What do I know, right?
No, nothing like that. It's just Twitch is for gamers, online gaming. Yeah. So you do know, and it's owned by Amazon, so it's got the big backing and the big bucks. But people go there to play games. So when we go over there, 3 talking heads, then the trolls just turn up.
There's this, and there are too much automated message. For instance, I had this comment: do you want to have 10,000 followers or something? And that's the weird part on Twitch. I go live there because the button is thick, so
good way to, add extra ones, I guess, if you want,
Yeah. Okay. So I'll test out the recording afterwards. Be interested to see what it looks like and how many recordings there are, because this is our second time going live. Right. Okay. Now I said Mark and I were chatting earlier. I think so. I'm actually taking a week off next week. I ain't doing any videos at all.
Wow.
If you find me, just tell me what I said.
What are you doing, Steven?
That's right.
Stop broadcasting.
I'm not Steven, I'm his clone. I'm filling in for him.
That's right.
Oh,
That's right.
I'm not Steven.
Yeah. So all the regular shows, none of those will take place. So you got to have a break every so often, because if you don't, you start to go stale. Two, you just get tired, really. And you need
I will do it in August. I think
refresh.
August, it's time to stand by live shows and make these offline content, because I need to bring new content and to make money in September. So I think August will be to slow down, because for instance, yesterday I made a show, and at the end it was only 45 minutes, and I was tired. And we sometimes we need to take a break, Kit Kat, or we just burn out absolutely, like a car.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to check in and have an MOT every so often.
Yeah. I had
And
somebody tell me what that was. He had to take his car in and failed, and then he had to go back. And
it's basically a way for the government to make money, but also to keep our roads safe as well. So any car over 3 years old has to have.
Yeah, we go through. Some states have emissions, where they make sure that the new cars, they plug it in and make sure there's no, engine problems. The computer doesn't have, lights in it and stuff. And when I was still living up in Seattle, they had like my truck was it was more than 20 years old, so I didn't need to have any emissions on it. So that was the rule. They would only do it up until 20 years, because they figure after 20 years it's either being restored or it's broke down and no longer driven. So
Right, and Corinda's reporting on a meeting he had early today. Corinda's been quarantined. We're going on for 4 months now. In the meeting today, and our government is so strict. So we'll wait for the second part of that. Okay. In the meantime, I'd like to show you something. Because we can screen share, I'm actually going to go. I've pressed the right button. I'm going to screen share something. And this is just over here. Something I prepared earlier. So I should be able to come back, and it should, when I actually put it across.
Hey, there you go.
Hey.
There you go. We got it. Okay. Have you heard of Airdroid?
No.
All right.
I did.
Right. Airdroid. You've been out. You've taken photographs, and you've done some recording, and you come back home and you want to upload those files to your hard drive. Yeah. Airdroid started as a way of wirelessly just loading Airdroid on your phone, loading Airdroid on your desktop, and it could be a PC or a Mac, and you could transfer video files from one place to another faster than anything else. It's lightning speed file transfer between either an iPhone or an Android phone, and you can just bring those files across so easily. And you can actually also compare what's on your phone with what's on your hard drive, and it synchronizes things. But in addition to that, it's got a mirror application. Now, I've done 2 videos about this. First thing is that if you want to show a mobile phone app during a BeLive show, it's very difficult. I mean, you could hold your phone up, yeah, but that doesn't work properly. So what you can actually do is share your phone screen to the live show, and you can actually demonstrate an application live. So that's its first use I made of it. And the second use is on BeLive at the moment. If you've got your desktop camera on, you can't bring in a mobile. But
right.
with Airdroid, you can. You can bring in your mobile phone camera onto screen in BeLive or even Restream. And doing that, it means that you can have two views of you, or whatever. If you're doing a demonstration, you could have one on the cooking that you're doing and the other on yourself. And what you would normally get is feedback between the two. Because you're using Airdroid, there is no feedback at all. It's simply, it's not got any sound. Yeah. So
it's video only?
It's video only. So there's no interference, there's no feedback, there's no screeching. And if it's just you only want the audio once on your desktop camera. So it works fine. So you could actually use Airdroid, one, for showing applications on the phone. So this is how you use this particular application, and two, use it as a camera. Now, long story short, I did videos about both those, and they're both on YouTube, and they were spotted by Airdroid. And I'm going to take that off screen now. They were spotted by Airdroid. And today Airdroid said, will you be an ambassador for Airdroid?
Oh, so, Mr. Ambassador.
That's brilliant. Basically, they've asked me to do a review of Airdroid, and then they will send that review out everywhere. So there you go. That's my good news of the day. An application that I can heartily recommend because I know that it works and I use it quite a bit.
Do you have affiliate link?
During August, I'm going to set up all my affiliate links so that when you say that next time, I can
pull it up and.
Yes, well, I can give you my shortcut to that, my hack. I made it all through Bitly. So, for instance, I have Bitly Marco BeLive, for instance, and that's the good thing. It's you're on the street and someone asks you about something. You go to your Bitly app. You just copy the link and then you share with those who want to have it. And also, I have them all on the captions tab. You can put the links there, and then you can show it on the screen. And when I talk on Restream, you can make it also on BeLive, for instance, on the agenda. You can set there the links you're affiliate to, and I think it's a nice way to make it easier for you or for those who use these affiliate links. Bitly, it's a nice option because you can customize the link, because sometimes it's a long link or a weird link, and if you I used to Bitly / Marco something, the name of the tool, and that's it.
And then you're organized.
Yeah, because I'm very the organized. I'm crazy, and so I have to have these methods to help, because otherwise I go crazy. Well, I am, but even more.
Oh, don't worry about. We're all a little crazy. You don't have to be a little crazy to actually get on with people.
Yeah, that's how the song says. We're never gonna survive unless we are a little crazy.
That's true. That's true.
It helps.
Right. Okay. And a question coming from Corinda: with Airdroid on the phone, can you still access it? I mean, most phones can multitask, but in this instance, if you're using it to transfer files, then you just leave it to do it. If you're using it as to show an application, then you're actually using the application on the phone. If you're showing your camera, then you just set it and leave it so that it will actually work. And let me show when it's off. Your phone's got to be on. Airdroid's got to be on your phone. Airdroid's got to be on your desktop. It doesn't matter whether it's Mac, Windows, Android, or iOS. They all mesh together, and it simply works.
So it won't matter if you have an iPhone and you have a non-Apple computer.
Yeah, non-Apple. Yeah, you could actually have an iPhone and a Windows computer, or I
know there's a lot of that stuff. Is Apple to Apple, and yeah.
Yeah. This is truly cross-platform.
Nice.
Yeah. And okay, I'm trying to keep up with the comments, and fairly. How are you, Harper? Asks Corinda.
I'm good.
That's Corinda.
I had the exterminator over this morning to do his once a year around the house, and we're getting ready to have our monsoon season here probably in another week or so. So everything floods, and so all the little critters decide they want to come up to higher ground.
So next year, I'll be back.
No, they won't. There's a reason why I have all these lizards around my house. They eat very well. That'll be great. One of those times I can have my phone camera. I'll have it facing outside, so when the little critters are chasing each other or doing something, I can flip that one up onto the screen too. I had 2 lizards. I've never seen this, and so I had to record it. It was a really terrible recording because it's right between I'm sitting here and it's between the 2 blind blades, but there was 2 little yellowish green lizards, and they were kind of at a standoff, and they do these little things. I was like, are they going to mate or fight? I'm not sure. And, they kept doing this for about 20 minutes, and then all of a sudden it was like they separated, and they both did little push-ups and stuff, and then they walked away, and I was like, what just happened? But it's the funniest things I see outside of my through my window here. So
over to Corinda's keeping us going as well. Question to the 3 of us, I think. With Restream, can you see the comments, gentlemen? Can you see the comments that are actually coming in from where you are at the moment?
I can see when you're showing on the screen now.
Right. Okay, so you can't actually see them.
The feed, no.
No, you can't see the feed. Okay. Corinda, if you're a guest, you can't see the feed.
Yep.
Okay.
All I see is the 4 windows, and then my little thing down below that says you're on here.
Yeah. But Marco said earlier, this is just improving leaps and bounds. And every Wednesday, Marco is able to announce something new.
And I'm crazy about this.
Well, it's amazing. Just you think about back in January when so much of you guys were already doing live stuff, but so many people around the world would never even be thinking about getting and having meetings online and all this kind of stuff. And here we are, a little over 6 months past that, and that's become the new norm. It's like, they're having business meetings online and everything, and so they're really having a lot of trial and error and adaptation on all these programs. So, it's kind of nice that, and that's how they can make all this stuff so quickly and make upgrades.
We've seen a great change. People were told to stay at home and work from home. And now it's very difficult to convince people to go back to work.
Yeah.
We've enjoyed the freedom of working from home. And our government has said, if you can, go back to work on the 1st of August. So what they're trying to do is get people into offices. But if we go shopping from Friday, we have to wear a mask. Yeah. And that's logical. I can understand that. I don't have a problem with that. I went on a few test runs this week. I can live with that. But on Friday, it's $120 fine if you don't wear one in a shop. So if you went to 3 or 4 shops and didn't wear one, that's $500.
Yeah.
which is not a good idea. But they want people to go back to work. But what they're saying is, if you work in an office, you don't need a mask. It's not joined up thinking, because if you need a mask to go into a shop, then surely you should be wearing a mask in the office.
Yeah, because you don't know who's tested and who's not, and it's yeah.
That's true.
Yeah,
but it is very difficult. One of our largest banks has said to its thousands of staff, don't come back till January. Yeah.
Wow.
So they've got the counter staff are actually opening the banks, but everybody who's behind the scenes is actually working from home. That's tens of thousands of people.
Yeah,
so,
I would think that it would be, I don't have kids at home and stuff like that, but people who are able to work from home and, maybe have little ones or whatever, and, they can be home, while the person's doing their, data entry or whatever it is they do. And, that way they're not paying for childcare and all that kind of stuff. So, I would imagine it, there's ways of making it work, but.
Yeah, we're talking about this with Angelica, and if you've got a couple and they're both allowed to work from home, and you just got to put your 8 hours a day in, then you could do a shift system. And one of the partners works from 8 in the morning to 4 in the afternoon. The other partner works from 4 in the afternoon to midnight. Because the company doesn't matter when,
Right.
All sorts of possibilities open up. Because that takes care of the childcare problems.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And there are all sorts of possibilities that come out of this.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Right. Okay. And a question from Corinda for Marco. Where is... I'm tempted here, Marco, to say something, but it's your question.
No. Feel free. Try to guess.
That is a really steep bridge in Colombia. No.
I was just going to say it's Blackpool Tower.
I think not.
No.
I don't know.
No.
Maybe I think it's Babylon Tower.
Right. Okay.
It's Paris.
It's in Paris, yes. An actual fact, I'm not joking about Blackpool Tower. Blackpool is in Lancashire, about 30 miles away from Manchester. And it's a seaside resort. People have been going there since the 1800s for annual holidays, and they wanted something to attract people. So they built a replica of the Eiffel Tower, and they made sure that it was a couple of feet higher than the Eiffel Tower. So they could say, their tower was taller than the Eiffel Tower. Why go to Paris for your holidays when you can come to Blackpool?
Absolutely.
You know what? It worked.
And let me bring some story. Right, I made it up just right now, but both of them are true things. The first one, I think I was conceived in Paris because my parents were in France. They immigrated in the early 70s to France. I think. Well, my father was on the 60s because there was this poverty here in Portugal. Also, we were in war in Africa. So I think my father, instead of going to Africa to fight against the people who want their lands, of course, he decided to go to France. And then he met my mother. They had my sister. She was born in France, in Paris, and I was conceived for sure in the romantic Paris. But I was born. My mother came to Portugal in July '77, and I was born in September. They were okay. It's enough France. Let's go to our little small town village. And also, as I mentioned some shows ago before, Monsieur Gustave Eiffel, the engineer who made this tower, was the same who built this bridge on my town, which is older than this tower. So I think he was training to make up this tower.
Yeah,
He was practicing.
Yeah, absolutely. It was
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah.
And the bridge remains there. Okay.
Yeah. And so
I
does the
think-
tower.
She
Yeah.
about 130 years she may have, and she remains there. Hopefully.
Yeah. And Corinda's actually saying he now knows where you are, but he knows where I am too. So I'll put my hand up and say I'm in New Orleans. Okay.
Is that bike yours?
The photograph.
No,
The
the bike there. You
No,
you went
I
there
don't-
by bike.
I would love to go to New Orleans. And I know a tour guide who
late February is when you want to go. If you like people.
Oh yeah, it's Mardi Gras, right? Or-
Mardi Gras, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't forget
Crazy.
to take some necklace
Yeah.
to have the full joy.
I can't deal with that many people at one time. I'll get arrested.
Okay. It's gone quiet. Okay, and that's one problem you don't have with a show with 10 people on it. It never goes quiet. And I got to say, I'm going to say it publicly now. I'm quite at home when there's 4 people on screen, but I can't do 10 people on screen. I just can't do it. I'm not at home. I'm like a fish out of water, as I said to Marco last week. It's not really me. I know what me is. I'm happy with what me is, but it's not 10 people on screen. So there, I've said it publicly. Yeah. 10 people on screen is a good thing. But it's just, for me, sitting there for 54 minutes and saying nothing is difficult. Because we all get 6 minutes each. Yeah. In an hour-long show.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like a football game. You are there an hour and a half, and you just play around 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But 5 minutes of game time is a whole lot different than 5 minutes on a clock.
Well, you can't hide.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you're on screen, then you're on screen for the 60 minutes, and if it doesn't have your attention, if I'm not listening to you, 1, that's disrespectful to yourself, and 2, it's disrespectful to the audience, and 3, if my attention does wander, then I might not come back. There's always that, so.
Forget you're on and just like get up and leave.
Yeah.
Yeah, and here on Restream, we have another problem about this, which is when you have someone on the big screen and the other one on it's spotlight, right?
You mean like this?
Yeah, exactly. Those who are there on the bottom, which I will smash them down right now. Because we are so tiny, we may feel tempted or at least forget that we are live, and then we can start making awkward things and weird things. So it's another problem, because we should pay really attention, because otherwise we start doing, okay, well.
You could bet, you could smoke. Drink.
Yeah, because they are really tiny. These images.
Yeah, they are. And but you do forget. I have forgotten. I know I've forgotten. I'm responsible.
Yeah, but I think to be honest, I don't blame myself too much because of that. I'm really on. For instance, sometimes people, okay, Marco, you did this, and I think, oh yes, I did. it was not the correct behavior, but it's. I think we should not. For instance, we should look at the camera. Yes, we should. But I like to think and to stare at the roof or stare at the wall or something. And I don't see that we should be so strict about this. You can allow yourself to make this the wrong way. I think for me it's worse when, and I've seen this, when people stare at the camera and speak like this, like they are hypnotizing you, and it seems like you're, oh my God, harassment. Because because I know one guy which has this big blue eyes like Harper, and he stares like, oh my God, it scares me. Because, oh my God, and a big beard, and I say, oh my God. He's a killer, a serial killer.
That's when you stop listening to the person and you're just looking at their eyes. You're like,
yeah. I think it's, and the other thing for me, it's when you push too much a behavior, you will feel uncomfortable and people will notice. Because that's the point.
Yeah. True.
So you moved, Stephen. Which one is your headquarters?
I'm now in Qatar.
Which
Qatar. I don't know those buildings.
Yeah,
right.
I think one of them, it's the headquarters from Stephen Healy's lives.
The top floor, the one on the left-hand side is my headquarters. Yeah. I don't know how. Qatar is one of the richest countries in the world. It has oil, which is why it became rich. And as you can see from the buildings behind me, they know how to spend it as well. And they spent enough money so that the World Cup, football, soccer, in 2022 is going to be held in Qatar. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about this, how a nation so small actually got the World Cup, because you've got to bid for it, you've got to put a commercial bid in, and of course they've got money to spend, so they put a bid in, and Germany were in there, and France were in there, and we were in there, but they chose Qatar, and nobody knows why. Let's just say the president of FIFA was asked to resign, but they're in Qatar in 2022. And they can't play in the summer because it's too hot.
Oh, yeah.
So they've got to play in air-conditioned stadiums in the winter. Yeah. So, okay.
Okay, we have a visit. A visitor.
All right, okay. My background should be pretty solid. Yeah, I did change it, so that might have been when it flickered over. Yeah, okay, so that's the story of Qatar, and I did a countdown clock, which you can see the countdown there, and this particular scene is actually going to be played on a show in Qatar this weekend. Oh. So countdown clocks get everywhere.
Yeah.
I live in hope. He's actually producing shows for some of the Qatar princes.
Oh, wow.
So royalty is going to be involved. I'm just fingers crossed. Okay. Today, Airdroid. Tomorrow,
who knows? British Petroleum.
That's a Dutch company, isn't it?
I don't know. I have no idea. I think by now, if it's not Chinese.
You don't mention the Chinese at the moment. Not at the moment. We're not good friends with the Chinese at the moment. No.
Yeah, but which the irony on all of this is, I don't know if you are aware of that. We are, because we are very close to Brazil. Mm-hmm. And Bolsonaro, which is the Brazil's president.
Yes,
It's a weird guy, and he's a kind of Latin American Trump. Mm-hmm. And I think it was yesterday or the day before, it arrived a plane with vaccination.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From where?
China.
Yes.
I mean, commercially, China is just. I mean, we build a factory, they build a town. Yeah, they build a town full of factories. That's the way they've done it for years. But the situation at the moment is that we are reliant on Huawei technology for internet and definitely for 4G. And the government has decided this week that we're not going to use any of it, which means that we probably won't get 5G until 2027, but there'll be no Japanese kit involved. Yeah.
Wow.
And I mean, Pompeo is over here at the moment, meeting with the government, and is shaking hands and saying well done to everybody, because Mrs. Trump and Pompeo said don't buy Chinese, so we haven't. So, but I don't know. I mean, if you've got the most advanced technology in the world and that technology is Chinese, then you make use of it. But we don't live in a normal world. We live in a world which is skewed. Just my 2 cents.
Oh my God. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but you sound like you're in the tunnel.
Yeah.
Okay, let me see what I've made.
You have a coffee can over your head. I only know that because I used to do it as a kid.
Okay. Adjustments are taking place, and Marco has no sound. I wonder if you can hear us, Harper. We could actually. Are you good to go? Are you back?
Are you playing with a new mic? The lips are moving, but there's no sound.
Right. Okay. This we take it for granted that things are going to work, but
oh yeah.
It doesn't go that way. I was live in the Believers group yesterday, and I shared screen. Every time I shared screen, my sound disappeared. So
really?
I had to refresh. Yeah. So I did it twice and realized what was going on, that screen sharing was actually causing it. So I stopped doing the screen share. But we do just take it for granted that it's going to work, and 99% of the time it does. But just occasionally it goes wrong. What you have to do then is you want us to carry on talking. No, it's refreshing. Right, so Marco's gone to refresh. You just refresh as Marco's doing at the moment, and things tend to work again. Okay, and Corinda is saying he was never good friends with the Chinese. Well, yes, I've got to tell you, Corinda, yes, you are. If you go around your house and you look at the goods in your house and you look at the label.
Yeah, more Chinese stuff than you think you do, yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot more Chinese stuff. Marco's back.
Hello.
Hola.
Hello.
Hola.
Can you hear me now? Okay, perfect. So, can you hear me?
The mixer's back in play. Tell you, David Burrows and I did the show on Mondays, yeah, and he was using a mixer and he was explaining what's this, something tomato or potato, what's it called?
Tomato.
Voice meter potato, voice meter banana, are ways of actually playing music and having your microphone there at the same time, so you can switch between the microphone and the music. Okay, so you've got two sound sources going into one, going into your camera feed. So he was playing music and he was trying it out, and unfortunately he played 30 seconds of a Barry Manilow track. Now, nobody should ever play 30 seconds of Barry Manilow, but live on air, he played Barry Manilow. And, well, you can guess what happened next. The show was live on YouTube.
Oh, my goodness.
And I got a little notification afterwards saying that I'm sorry, but you can't play Barry Manilow on YouTube. That's licensed music. The 30 seconds is taken out. And, yeah, Corinda. So that's my Barry Manilow story. So if anybody tells you they've been Manilowed, it means they've attempted to play Barry Manilow's music and been told off by YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, and YouTube, I think they become strict a few months ago, because before there was no problem. On Facebook, yes, they were very picky, but lately YouTube got that virus from Facebook being too picky about. But I understand, because that's how musicians make money. But the point is, most of this copyright money doesn't go to the artist.
True. Yep.
Which is funny, because, for instance, here in Portugal, we have two associations which you should pay to them if you want to play some music in a party or something. Yeah. And I think both of them don't give the money to the artist.
Right. I obviously lived under a rock for quite some time, because I never heard of a silent disco. You guys heard of a silent disco?
Doesn't that kind of defeat the purpose?
That's what I thought. I thought silent disco is a disco without music.
There's no music, but it's like,
no,
it's in my head.
You know when you're at the party and the music's blaring out and nobody can talk. Yeah. Over the top of the music, you just can't, unless you go outside. The silent disco, which appears to be taking off, appears to be new, is that everybody gets a headset, and through that headset is playing the track that the DJ is playing. Yeah, and you can only hear it when you've got your headset on. So if you want to talk to somebody at a party, if you're dancing with a partner, you're both hearing the music at the same time, so that works. Yeah. If you want to talk to somebody, you just take your headset off.
There'll be one guy that's yelling, and you'll be like, "Take it off."
Okay.
Can you hear me?
I thought I was going mad at first, but it's the thing. Silent disco is the thing. You can hire the kit. You can hire the
you can have it anywhere and not have to worry about noise. Neighbors complaining or businesses or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right.
Well, they will find something to complain about it.
Okay. Right. And we've been through a very stressful time. The most stressful day comes along every 3 or 4 years. And there's nothing you can do to avoid it. Basically, the battery on your mobile phone dies for the second time. And you ask yourself, do I buy a new battery or do I buy a new phone? So you buy a new phone. That's stressful, because you've got your old phone there with a dead battery, which won't work. You've got your new phone there that's not got a SIM card in it. When you actually switch it on, will you get your life back? It's a very stressful time, is making sure a new phone's actually working. I know this, not from personal experience. Well, not from personal experience. I've just been in a house where it's been happening for 2 days. Enough said. Right. Okay. Now I've got a question from Corinda. Okay, I'm just going to go down to the bottom and question for both of you. Marco first. When is your next show?
Well, it will be in a couple of minutes. I'm gonna make it will be in Portuguese, Corinda. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make a kind of review about live stream software,
Mhm.
I'm going to be live, Restream, and StreamYard because I'm doing this on my LinkedIn channel because they have these quizzes, and I'm asking people the week before. Okay, next week, which topic do you want? I want to talk about it, and I choose 4. Last week, the option 1 was live stream tools review, and it ended today. I released another one for the next week, and that's a good point to keep people engaged
Mhm.
because quizzes work really well on LinkedIn, and it's also a way to understand what people are needing, making content for them because they want to talk about it. They want me to talk about it. There's this need, and I think it's a nice way to engage to bring new content. And I'm thinking about this. I'm thinking about making this content by demand, and then after a week or something, I will put it down and I will upload it to a subscription platform.
Right. Okay. That's
So,
spotlight.
reader, if you want to learn a little bit about Portuguese, be my guest.
You can close the show in Portuguese, Marco. If you want.
I've listened and
Right.
Well, you write a couple of words the other day.
Google Translator helped me on that one.
Well, I used to I like to say, if I could learn Portuguese, you can do it also.
I have a hard enough time with English.
Well, usually people find more easy to learn, and I think it's normal. European idioms on the native countries are harder to learn than on the American side, for instance. Spanish in the Latin American countries, it's easier. Portuguese, even more because it's a more open language in Brazil, for instance. For you to have an idea, some Brazilian people don't understand our Portuguese. They ask, please speak slow.
Don't use big words.
Yeah, and for instance, American English is easier for us to understand and speak than the English version because
That's why we speak our American English because we don't understand half of the English either.
yeah, it's the same thing with Portuguese. Brazilian, for instance, Portuguese, we have this same mode as English,
Right.
and American and Brazil, it's the same because I know a lot of people that speak Portuguese, but the Portuguese from Brazil.
Yeah.
Because it's easier.
Everybody's got their dialects and how they say things, and
the way they
we have the same thing here within the states. It's like you got the West Coast, you got the southern states and the north, and it's.
For instance, if you come to Portugal, I think you don't have this sensibility because it's foreign language, but it's easy to tell when it's someone from the north of Portugal, if it's someone from Lisbon, if it's from Algarve, and Madeira and the Azores. Also, for instance, I think you may have people from Azores in United States and New York, for sure you have, in Canada. I'm almost sure. For instance, these Domingos. It's Domingos Fernandes.
He's in Sarnia in Ontario in Canada.
He's from Algarve, but from Azores, there are lots of people in Canada.
Right.
And it's very easy for us to tell because they have a very peculiar accent. For instance, for me, those who have this hard accent from Azores are very difficult to understand here in Portugal, in the peninsula, because they are in Iceland. Well, in 9.
And just two comments have come in, and I just want to find them both. Gail's with us, and Gail is saying she's still waiting for a LinkedIn approval.
Keep trying.
Yeah.
And upload a native video on LinkedIn.
Yeah, and Crenda is saying Canada and England speak the same language. Yes and no.
Everything outside of Quebec, yes.
Yes, indeed. They also speak French, Corinda.
Yeah.
Yep.
Harper,
A lot of the Eastern Canadians.
Harper, when is your next broadcast?
I'm not going to be doing one today, but I'm going to be next Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a what to look for on a used car. So if you're going out and looking for, another car that's not brand new, everybody goes and they look at, the typical same things, but how do you know if a used car is just made to look like it's a really good buy, but it has problems? So,
well, absolutely. You should not just search for coins on the seats.
I'm sure they do it over, in your guys' country as well. If you go to a car dealership for used cars, they always clean it up and they make the engine look all nice and clean and everything else. But it's like, now, did they clean all the oil that's been leaking off and make it look like it doesn't have any oil leaks, or does it have any oil leaks? So that's what I'm going to cover next week. So
well, I think it's I'm
going to get started now. So
yeah.
I said I wasn't creating video. It doesn't mean I can't watch video next week. So I may well do.
Total absence.
Marco, it's over to you to close the show. Thank you. In English, Portuguese, or Spanish?
Ora então, muito boa tarde a todos. Muito obrigado por terem estado aqui. Muito obrigado ao meu amigo Steven. E ao meu amigo Harper. Espero que tenham gostado. Vemo-nos na próxima semana. Next week you won't be there, Steven. So, Harper, be my guest next week. I count on you. Let's see how many 200 new things come to Restream meanwhile. So I will make a joke on you, Steven. I will tease you because you won't be there.
You more welcome.
He'll be in the comments.
I will tag you. So it was a pleasure. See you next week.
Yeah, from Portugal, the USA, and from Qatar. It's goodbye for now. See you all later.